welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. If this is your first time here, welcome my love. Please stick around, don't be a stranger, and do consider subscribing. If this is not your first time here, you already know the drill. You keep coming back to see me over and over and over and over and over and over again. So you better be subscribed, honey. So guys, this is gonna be a really quick video, guys. I hope this video is encouraging to everyone who is watching. But real quick video, and pay no attention to how crazy I look, guys. I am about to finish my workout. I was actually I wrapped my hair so I could work out. And when I was wrapping my hair, Nadia actually said something to me that made me realize something. And I said, you know what, let me go on YouTube and let me talk to my babies and just talk about, you know, the goodness of God and where God has brought me from, and just let me just brag on God right fast. So guys, when I was, you know, wrapping my hair, Nadia said to me, Mommy, all your dye in your hair is gone. Are you going to re-dye your hair? And when she said that to me, guys, I had to go and pull my journal out, because there was something that I wrote in my journal over 2 years ago when I started my, you know, just natural journey, natural hair, natural weight loss, just natural journey. And I didn't even realize something that I had prayed, well, quite a few things that I have prayed and asked God for. All of that had really, God has brought everything to pass. It all has come to pass. And guys, you know, when things are going so well and God is just moving, and you know, a lot of times you're not thinking about it. You know, you always wake up in the morning and you're grateful and you pray to God and you thank God for everything, and you're praising God throughout the day and you're praying throughout the day. But sometimes when God moves and when God gives you things, you don't even realize how good you have it until you sit down and be like, oh my goodness, God, you did that. So guys, one of the things that I wrote in my journal, and I've never shared this with anyone before, guys, but I said, you know what? My YouTube channel is a safe place, not just for me, but for all of you guys, you know, that are watching. Because some of you guys, you know, y'all inbox me on my social media platforms, y'all email me. So this YouTube channel is a safe place for anyone struggling with anything and just need God to just come in and move. But one of the things I wrote in my journal when I dyed my hair and started my natural hair journey, I said, God, I want to be in a place to where I'm gonna grow my hair out and I'm gonna let all of this dye grow out of my hair. And at the point where all of this dye is gone from my hair, you know, I want to be completely healed from everything that has stopped me from moving forward, God. And I don't care what needs to happen, Lord. I am going to trust you at your word, and I'm going to move the way you tell me to move. I don't care who it offends. I don't care who has a problem with it. I don't care who I lose in the process. But Lord, I need you. I need you. And you know, I remember when I first started going to the beautician that I go to now, because she's been doing my hair since then. And you know, one of the first things that I told her when I met her, I said, you know, I want to grow my hair out. I want long, healthy, beautiful hair. I want to grow my hair out. No chemicals, no over processing, no damage. I just want to grow my hair out. And I know at some of my appointments, you know, she would get a little frustrated with me, because even if my hair didn't need to be clipped, I would always have her, you know, trim my ends to trim that dye away. And she would tell me, you know, Constance, let me do my job. You know, I'm on this, you know, journey with you to grow your hair out. You don't need your hair trimmed every time you come see me. Let me do your job. We would have situations to where she would fuss because, as the dye was, was leaving and as my hair was growing and, the dye was getting closer to the ends, she would have, let me touch your dye up, blah, 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 blah. Child, we would be in there going through it like we're siblings, like, listen, no. But, so I wrote that in my journal, and when I looked at it today, because some things that I wrote, like I said, that was one of the last things that I wrote in there, I looked at it and I put it away. Still working, still doing, what God told me I need to do, still working on me, still working on some of the things that God told me that I need to work on. And when my baby said that to me, y'all, and I pulled my journal out, just so many emotions came from everywhere, because I said, look at God. Look at God. And let me go into grave detail, with what I wrote, because that was pretty much just, summarizing it, but I prayed and I asked God to, one of the things that I wrote, because you put bullets in when you are praying to God, you be specific about what you want and what you feel that you deserve and you need, and you just watch God move. But one of the things I wrote, heal me. Move me where you need me to be, Lord. Move everything out of my way that's going to prevent me from being where I need to be, Lord. My finances were terrible, guys. So, I prayed about my finances. One of the things I wrote in there was, God, put me in a position where I'm not worried about my finances. My credit was terrible. That's one of the things I put in there. My relationship with my children wasn't where it needed to be. That's one of the things I put in there. My mental health was in the worst place it has ever been. My physical health was terrible. I was in a marriage I had no business being in because God didn't want me there. That was something that I put myself in, not something that God put me in. So that was a whole issue in itself, and one of the other things that I put in there, for me to not suffer. God didn't put us here on earth to suffer. When we are going through things and we are suffering because we are doing things out of order and out of how God wants us to do them. So, I was praying for these things, and then God just began to start moving and putting things in line in my life where they needed to be. And guys, when I tell you guys, when you are at your lowest, I am telling you, and I am telling you from experience because I have lived it, there is nobody you better go to but God. There is no one you go to but God, because people will disappoint you every time. People will lie on you. People will use you. People will talk about you. And it's always the people that you're supposed to be safe with that will do these things to you. People that you would never do those type of things to, but they will do them to you. So go to God. Go to God and just and when God starts working, I'm telling you guys, when he starts working, he's going to reveal some things that are going to hurt like never before. But baby, you'll get past it. Like I said, I lived through it. You will get past it. So when I look at all the things that I was praying for, and then there was also another thing on there, guys, that I had prayed and asked God for, and I don't even know when he did this for me, guys, because this was one of the second or third things that I had put in my journal. But I asked God to make me comfortable in my skin again, to make me comfortable being Constance, to make me comfortable with not hiding behind wigs and hiding behind lashes and hiding behind makeup and just hiding behind things. Make me comfortable in my skin, make me comfortable in my natural beauty. And yes, I still wear wigs, I still wear lashes, I still wear false nails, but I don't wear those things anymore to cover up who I am. I'm wearing because I want to. And there's so many, not only female, but males as well, that put on so many things because we are ashamed of our natural beauty. And if there's anyone watching this video who is in that place, let me tell you something, honey. There is nothing, and I say this sending you our love and prayers and sending you this for you to know that, honey, pray about the thing and watch God do it. There is nothing wrong with your appearance. God made you you. You don't need a pound of makeup on to feel better about yourself. You don't need fake lashes to feel better about yourself. You don't need wigs to feel better about yourself. You are beautiful just the way you are. And once you begin to be comfortable in your own skin, and God will help you be comfortable in your skin. He will help you be comfortable in your skin. I don't care if you are 500 pounds. You may not be healthy in that, but pray to God and have faith that God will change that for you. And I'm not saying that you pray and you still sit on that couch and eat cookies and fried chicken and Twinkies all day. I'm saying that you pray to God and let God and watch God give you the motivation and the courage to get your ass up off that couch and walk across the floor in your house. And the next day, walk across another floor, and then go walk around your house, and then go walk around your block, and then go walk 2 or 3 blocks every day. Watch how God sends you and moves you a little bit further till you get to where you need to be. Because prayer and faith without works is dead. You got to do your part. You got to do your part. So I don't care where you are, what you look like, where you're coming from, what you're dealing with. Take that shit to God. And I'm sorry, y'all pray for me because I'm still working on the language and not cursing so much. But take it to God and do your part and watch how God moves. Because I used to be so embarrassed on how I look. And then I had to realize, Constance, if there's something wrong with you that you're embarrassed of and that you don't like, you are an able body. Get up and change it. And that's what I did. And that's what I still continue to do. And in that, I just found so much confidence that I didn't even know I had. I found so much strength that I didn't know I had. I found so much courage that I didn't know I had. But it all started with prayer and believing that God would do everything that I was asking him to do. Even my relationship with my children, I see how that has changed and that my children are actually comfortable with coming to me and us discussing things and working out things. Yes, I'm an adult. Yes, I'm their parent, but I'm not always right. I don't always have the answers. And I'm honest with my children about things. We work things out as a family, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful with, just having happy, healthy children, because that's something that I prayed for a long time. You always pray for your children. God, no weapon formed against me or my children or anybody connected to me will prosper. And you are in a place where you are blessed by God, where God no longer blesses you and just you, but your children friends, your friends, your friends' friends, everything connected to you, your employees, everything connected to you begins to be blessed. Sometimes God needs you to be that vessel, for he can not only bless you and your household, but bless others. Because guys, I look at where my finances were, and I look at, I used to be so worried about money, and I prayed and I asked God, put me in a place to where I can live freely and not worry about money, not worry about where my next dollar is going to come from, not worry about if my children want or need something, if I'm going to be able to afford it. And I just watch God put so many things into place. I can go into a store now and not worry about if this is $400, if this is $2,000. Can I spend this And will it affect me? I don't have to do that anymore. And it's not bragging. Anyone who's watching this video, if you get it, you get it. If you have been there and you had to work through a situation and you had to cry many nights and pray many nights over your children and over yourself and over your family and over your finances and over your mental health and over your physical health, you get it. And some people may not get it. You're going to have people looking at you, like you're bragging and like you feel that you're better for nobody else. And I often tell people, I'm not better than anyone else. Not at all. Because I've lived it. What I may do better than someone else, I may be better at getting down on my knees and putting my face in the ground and praying to God for what me and my children need. Now, I have become a whole lot better at that, and I may be better at that than most people at that, and that's probably why God blesses me and my family the way He does. When it comes to my businesses, I have my hands in so many pots. I don't advertise anything, and God still continues to send, and it's effortlessly. And like I said, it's not to brag, it's just to put it out there that when you move the way God wants you to move, He's going to send you everything you need. People may talk about my vehicles and what they look like and what it is, but everything in my name is paid for. And I'm thankful for that. I am so thankful for that. And it's nobody but God. Because when I'm praying, and I'm praying for financial freedom, and I'm praying to God to put my finances in a place to where if I want something, I can go buy it. And not need to go get a loan from anyone or from any bank and not owe anyone any money. I'm praying and telling God, I have these children, God, that you bless me with, Lord. And yes, they have fathers, Jesus, but I am their main parent. Put me in a place to where I can always provide for them and make sure that they're okay. When they need their first vehicles, I can buy their first vehicles for them. When they want to purchase their first home, I can gift them $20,000 to $30,000 to put down on that home. When they go off to college, if they don't get scholarship money, I can put that money there for my children. Everything my children need, Jesus, put me in a place to where I can do it. And I just look at God and I'm just like, look at all that God has done. So I tell you guys, when you are going through stuff, just watch God move. Don't allow people to come in and question your faith, because people love to say, you're praying to God, but look at what your God is allowing you to go through. Don't allow people to do that, because people will always do that. People will have you questioning your entire existence. But you have to know where your help is coming from. You have to know that. And sometimes you may have to isolate yourself to get there. And it's okay. I remember in March, when I purchased my home in March, new build came. It just came by luck, because first of all, I had no clue that I would be able to afford a home like that in the neighborhood that it was in, and it's a new build. So when I purchased my first home, I remember I made this post on Facebook, and it said something to effect that, thanking God for my nothing less days. And a lot of people got it, but a lot of people didn't get it. And I just have to break that down. Sometimes you need to do absolutely nothing and watch God work. And this is something I had to learn. Sometimes you just have to stop responding and watch God work. And that's something that I'm still working on. I had to begin to work on, and I'm still working on it. People are going to say what they're going to say. They're going to do what they're going to do. They're going to try to poke at you to make you feel a certain type of way, because you don't allow them into your space like you used to. You don't allow them into your children's spaces like you used to. You don't share things with them like you used to. But sometimes you just have to do nothing. Absolutely nothing. and watch God work. And in doing nothing, guys, doing nothing, I was able to purchase that home. And doing nothing but watching God work, I was able to rebuild my credit. And doing nothing but watch God work, I was able to rebuild my finances. And doing nothing but watching God work, I was able to rebuild my relationship with my children. And doing nothing but watching God work, I was able to be a parent to my children. And doing nothing but watch God work, I'm able to provide stability to my children and to my staff and to my business and to everything that I'm connected to. So sometimes you just have to do absolutely nothing and watch God work. Let people say what they're going to say. Let them do everything that they try to do to you, what they think they are big and bad enough to do. Let them. Because at the end of the day, you know who has you. You know who has you. You know it. So just do nothing and watch God work. And when he begins to work, you got to get out this way and you got to do what he says. If he tells you, you're in this place, but I need to move you forward, I need you to move. So I need to take this person away from you and I need to sit them over there. I need to take this person and I need to put them here with you. I need to take this right here and I need to move it there. And I need to take this right here and I need to just move it totally out your way. Some things you may not understand, but don't question God. Because when you ask God to do things, and this is something for me, there were so many situations where I would ask God for things, and when he began to do them, God will blow your mind. And in blowing your mind, he will give you a peace of mind. He will give you a peace of mind. And guys, just for me realizing, because when my baby said that to me and I pulled my journal out and I looked at it, it just made me realize all that things have, that God has done, even with my love life. Because after my marriage, I just closed myself off to wanting to date or anything, because I said, you know what, God, I don't trust myself to pick someone else that's good for me. Because this foolishness right here that I was in, Lord, I'm never going to deal with nothing like this again. Never in life. And I said, God, if you want me to be with someone, you're going to bring them to me. Because I ain't looking. I ain't going out here trying to date nobody. If I do talk to somebody, because of course I'm on dating websites. If I do talk to somebody, it'll be some tomfoolery when I'm bored. I give them phone number, never return phone calls. Don't talk to them. Don't answer text messages. Just nothing. But I said, God, if it's for me, you are going to send it. But he gonna have to come with a whole lot. And I just thank God for giving me the strength and the know-how to just be by myself for a season. Because sometimes you got to be by yourself for a season and get yourself together. You do. And I enjoyed my season of loneliness. And I really don't consider, I'm not going to even say loneliness, because I wasn't lonely. I enjoyed my season of singleness, because in that I got to know me again, and changes that have occurred in my life and changes that I needed to make before I moved into another relationship. And now I'm just thankful to God for who I have now, because guys, I tell you, when you are in a relationship and the love is easy, because you know God is in it and there's no foolishness, there's nothing that they are trying to take from you. There's no angle. It's just straight, I'm here because I love you and I love every part of you. And then being in a situation where your children is in love with that person. God, it's just, I just look at where I am and where I was and how God has just moved in my life, and that has just moved in my children's lives, and how he's just doing so much to move us forward as a family. And I'm thankful. And I'm also thankful that, there have been people who have taught me lessons in life. I've had family members that I never thought would have betrayed me the way they have. I never thought. And one of them, because there are so many relationships, and I'm going to just be transparent, there are so many relationships that I don't give a damn about. But the one that really, really stuck to me was my older sister, because when I tell you guys, I love, and I still do, because she's still my sister, love her more than life itself. Loved her more than life itself. And when I look at it, and when you have someone that close to you who you have loved forever, and you realize as an adult that that person has hated you your entire life, even as a child, when you look back on situations and you talk to other family members and you realize, guys, it's crazy, and you still don't wish them no bad. I still wish her nothing but the best wherever she is. I hope she is thriving and she has her addictions under control. I just hope she's doing okay. And I always want her to be okay. And I always want her to, I just want her to be okay. And I always want her to eat, and I always want her to thrive, just not around me. And guys, and you have to be okay with ending some relationships and never looking back. And never looking back. You have to be okay with that. And you have to forgive, and you have to move on, because when you see a snake, you have to realize you can't turn that snake into an ally. A snake is always going to be a snake. And it's always people who are going to be closest to you. It's always going to be those people. It's always going to be those people who you should have been safe with, because you would have never done anything to hurt them. And when you look at everything they have ever told anybody about you, it was always something to hurt you. It was always something trying to destroy you. It was always something negative, when you've never done that to them. Never. When there's never a person walking the earth who can say one thing you have ever said or did negative when it comes to them, And then when you hear things back, because I hear so many things that were repeated about me from family members, and I chime a camera, but I hear so many things that were repeated back and not repeated the way that I put them out there. And you know what? I just don't care. Especially when it comes to my kids, because I don't open up my life to people the way that I used to, because when I hear that I'm not my children's mother and someone else is, and just a bunch of foolishness, child, that thing took me, because if I ain't their mama, I want to know why I'm taking care of them. Sure, Jesus, fix it, Lord. But child, you take the good and the bad, and you laugh it off, because when you give absolutely no access to your life the way that you used to, you're going to hear all kinds of stuff, and that's okay. You have to live to be okay with that, and you have to learn to be okay with that. And I have just become okay with so many situations, and it's okay, because I know that God has me, and that God has my children. And I just wanted to come on and talk to you guys for a little bit, because I just want you guys to know that it's gonna be okay. Just trust God, and just watch God move. Just trust Him and watch Him move, guys. And when He begins to move, like the many blessings, guys, you just have no clue. You just have no clue. It's like I said, it's just so many things that have happened in my life over these past 2 years that if you would have told me, I wouldn't believe it. I wouldn't believe it. So many wonderful things, but faith without works is dead. If you want something changed, and you pray to God and you get up and you move. You get up and you move. You get up and you move. And I don't care who said what, who did what, you forgive them and you move on with your life. You do that. You know, and I'm not telling you to forgive them and still have them there in your circle. I ain't telling you to do that. You forgive them, and you let them go on where the hell they going now. I ain't telling you to be no fool. And God ain't telling you to be no fool. You forgive them and you move on. That's it. That's it. That's it. And you watch how your life just progresses. But guys, you know that's this video. I just wanted to come on and just give you guys that and just talk about how good God has been and how good God continues to be. But you have to be ready and willing and able to walk in it. And it's not always going to be easy, but it will be worth it. God, 2 years later, and look at how God is still moving. And there are still so many things that we're going to do. Because I haven't even begun to move how God wants me to move. I haven't begun to. 2023 is a huge year for me and my family. I'm just excited, guys. I'm just excited. There are some things that, that I'm going to share. And I just pray for everybody watching this video. Like I said, I don't know where you are. I don't know what you're going through. But I just want you to know to trust God and watch Him do it. I love you guys to life. I love you guys to pieces. Pray, guys, and watch God do it. I'll see you guys in my next video.